Hey, so somebody asked me about pulling the hoses for this car. So there are two sets of hoses. There are the AC hoses. There's two. There's a high and low pressure on this side. There is the heater hose and the brake booster hose on that side. Hoses run from the front all the way to the back on both sides. This procedure works for either hose, doesn't matter, because they're both exactly the same as far as the tunnel and what you're going to have to do. Okay, so the easiest way to do this is to have the gas tanks out of the way. If you have the gas tanks out of the way, you can see things a lot easier, and it's just an easier job. But I know that a lot of people don't want to drop the gas tank because that is a pain. So I'm going to show you both ways. Okay, so with the gas tank out of the car, this is with the gas tank out of the car. I'm not going to remove any of this stuff. I'm not going to show you because you're going to know when you get there. Okay, so I'm just going to talk you through it. With this panel off, the gas tank out, what you'll see is you'll see some bracketry, okay? And there will be a hole at the top and where the gas tank used to go, okay? Because what happens is the hoses come down, then they go up, and then they go into that hole and they go over the gas tank. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna get some wire like this. I got this at Home Depot. I think it was about $11. And it's basically baling wire. You want to get wire that's stiff enough that you can push it, you know, that it's not gonna just wobble. And you start from the front. This panel will be removed. The tunnel will start here. You'll start from the front and you feed the hose all the way from the front to the back. Now, obviously you're going to need longer wire, not hose. You're going to need wire that's long enough to go from the front to the back. This is not long enough. Again, it's just demonstration purposes. So you'll feed it until the rear of the wire pokes out here. Now, what you want to do is you want that wire to go underneath the bracketry. There's a little slit right underneath that this will fit through, okay? So you've got your wire is running the length from the front to the back, and this is sticking out here. Now, you will take a punch or whatever you can use, and you will take your hose. This is for demonstration purposes only. This is not the correct size hose. You will put a hole through it. You will feed this through the hole and you will tie it together, okay? Once you've tied it together and your hose is now here and it is tied together with your wire, you will come to the back. You will pull the hose straight. Don't pull it up. Don't worry about this bend. You pull it straight until it hits that bracketry right here. Once it hits the bracketry right here, it'll look like this. You know, you'll have your hose sticking out. Well, it won't be sticking out. It'll actually be behind the metal, but you'll see in the end of your hose, and it'll be here. You'll take this other end, and you feed this up the bracketry, back through the slit, up the back bracketry to the top. Once you get that, you're going to pull straight up. Straight up, not this way, but straight up. When you pull it straight up, your hose will make that turn. Then you'll see the top of your hose and you'll be able to pull it the rest of the way. What trips people up is this curve. If it was a straight shot, this would be an easy job, okay? But it's because it comes here and then you have to move it up here and over. This right here, there's all kinds of metal ridges. It's not a smooth transition. So what happens is the hose gets stuck, okay? If you pull it straight, you're not going to get it stuck. then you pull it straight up, you're not going to get it stuck, okay? That's how you do it with the gas tank out. Now, with the gas tank in, so most people are going to want to do it with the gas tank in because they don't want to drop the gas tank. The way that you do it with the gas tank in is you start from this side, not that side, this side. You're going to want to take your hose that is on, for this purpose, it'd be connected to your AC compressor. You take that hose off and now you've got the end of your hose. You're going to cut that hose. The other side you don't have to cut because those are fastened, I believe, with hose clamps. With the AC, you will have to cut it. So you'll need to cut the ends off. And once you cut the ends off, you're going to take a barb that looks just like this. Now, you want to make sure that your barb is 2 2.25. That's the longest you want it. 2.25 inches, okay? If you use one that is longer, like this, it will not work. The reason it will not work is because once you hit this curve, when you start to pull, it'll be too long and it'll basically wedge itself against the metal. With the smaller one, there's not enough that it can wedge to, so it will make the turn and you won't have an issue, okay? Use one that's no more than 2.25, okay? Now, once you have that end of the hose cut off, you're gonna take your new hose, and let's just say this is the old hose and this is the new hose. You're gonna wanna join these together like they're one hose. Just like that. Perfectly like that. Not like that, not like that. Perfectly like that, like it's one hose. This barb is gonna go here in between, just like that. Now, the diameter of the hose will be smaller, so this will stick in. It'll stay. With the heater hoses and the brake booster hoses, I think the diameter is a bit bigger, so you may need a thicker one of these, but don't get a longer one, okay? What this does, this has nothing to do with pulling the hose. Nothing to do with pulling the hose. What this purpose is to keep this hose like that. Without this barb, when you tie these together, your hose is eventually going to do this. It's going to move around. Because what you're going to do is you're going to take your wire, you're going to punch your holes again, and you're going to tie it together. And the way I did it is tied it together on one side and then tied it together on the other side. So I had 2 loops, okay? I had 2 loops on either side of this hose, and I had the barb in the middle. If you do it without the barb, it'll move like this, and all that little bit right there will get stuck. So with the barb, it'll stay in the right spot. So you've got your old hose, your new hose, you put your barb in, you've tied it together. The next thing you want to do, get some duct tape, wrap it around the join, okay? The purpose of this is to make this join as smooth as possible. With the little bit of wire that will be sticking out, just that little bit can be annoying. It can cause it to get stuck. So wrap it around, okay, so that it's nice and smooth. Use some of this silicone paste. Put it around the join, put it around, put it over here. You don't have to go nuts with it, but get it lubricated, because this is going to be your stopping point. Now, you've got all that done. Everything's finished. Everything's connected right. You got the duct tape, you got the silicone paste, everything's ready to go. So now what you want to do is you're going to slowly move that end and push this end. Pull that end and push this end. So the hose is here. You've got your new hose connected. Push down, come to the front, and pull. And just keep going back and forth until you hit this turn. And you'll feel it because it'll be smooth. It'll be really smooth, easy to pull until you get right here. Then you'll feel resistance. Now, don't grab your hose and yank on, don't go nuts with it. You want to give it a little pull, you want to give it some pressure, but you still want to go slow. Pull it a little bit, push it, pull it, push it, work it back and forth. If you get to a point where you're pulling on this hose and it's just not moving, you need to start over again. You need to pull your hose back out, pull it back up, inspect your join, make sure everything's still straight, because if it got stuck, what might have happened is it might look like this, or it might look like that a little bit. So you want to maybe, stick it back together, maybe use another piece of wire if you need to, but you need to keep this as straight as possible. Then do it again. Start, pull a little bit, push a little bit, pull a little bit, push a little bit. Eventually it will go. Just know it's probably going to get stuck. It's going to be aggravating. Don't get mad and just start pulling as hard as you can on the other end of that, because what's going to happen is it's going to damage your hose and it's not going to work. You need to pull it and push it and pull it and push it. Eventually it will go. Just when you start to do it, know you're going to be aggravated and it's going to take a little bit of time, but if you do it this way, it will work. Okay? So good luck, and I will talk to you later.